Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. It's the home of the 5-minute or less video. I have worked for IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I probably worked about maybe 10,000 cases. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. I've been on TV a lot. Many of you see me on TV, and that's why you're looking at my YouTube station. You can find me on TV and all our staff at 777irs.com. We have over about 250 years of IRS work experience. We're really heavy in the IRS audit and collection vertical. So I do these videos for really 3 reasons. So A, you don't get ripped off. 2, I inform you. And number 3, some of them are education. And that's what this video really is today, about education. As a former IRS agent, like I said, we have a bunch of former IRS revenue agents on staff that go ahead and have audited tax returns, and we have 2 appellate agents on staff that used to work at IRS. So today what I want to do is explain to you the IRS audit process itself. It's important for you just to understand, so you have that knowledge. By the way, if you're going through an IRS audit or you need representation, you should call us and speak to one of our agents. Anyway, this is how the IRS audit process works. Every tax return, sorry about the stream, every tax return has what's called a DIF score, a discriminatory function index score. It's called DIF, discriminatory index function score. There'll be a test on this later. And what that score does, it tells the IRS whether your tax return is audit worthy. What that means is IRS went through your return and compared it to all the other tax returns, and you fell out of the national average and created all these flags and maybe one area, a bunch of areas, but the computer itself told IRS these are the returns that we think will bear fruit. That doesn't mean they're right, but the algorithm said that these are the ones they think. What IRS does is they have all these filters that go back and forth, check every item on your return, and boom, it's pulled for an audit. From there, your tax return goes to field offices or the service center, where people in certain groups look at these batches of tax returns. We have one person on our staff that used to do that. His name is Herb Canner, former IRS revenue agent, appellate agent, CPA. They look at those tax returns and they decide which ones they believe are audit worthy, and then those batches go back to the offices themselves, service center offices. From there, IRS needs to decide how many cases each district, each region, each office can take, depending on the budget, and they know how long every audit takes because they keep statistics. So they take the returns that they think are going to bear the highest fruit. The agents may have sent back 50 they think that are good, but IRS now is looking at the time, how long it takes to work the case, what the odds are of getting money or fruit, and then they only may send 20 down to each office. I'm just giving you make-believe numbers. So those are the tax returns, in fact, that get audited. At the end of the day, after those audits are complete, IRS goes and gets all the information and shoots all that information as whatever happened as a result of that audit. They shoot all that information back into the system, so it starts to correct the algorithm process for next year. I will tell you, probably in the last 5 years, 6 years, the IRS filters have gotten a lot better. Their algorithms have gotten a lot better. So if you're going to get an audit, I can tell you generally the IRS usually has found a couple items on your tax return that they think are audit worthy. If you want to know why that return was pulled for audit, you can ask the auditor who's going to go ahead and work the case, or if the auditor gives you a list of things they want, those will be the things that the IRS found through your DIF score that were audit worthy. Anyway, that is the audit process and how IRS does it. Now, if you need IRS audit defense after all that, if we know the process, we know how to undo this thing and give you the very best tax representation possible. Thank you for listening to this video. If you'd give me a subscription, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening.